सुबह सुबह की ठंड है कातलान। सुबह सुबह का माहौल ही बदल गया पुणे में। मस्त चिल्ड, it's really nice, really nice. Hello and welcome back everybody to Wayward Traveler. This is Abhishek. So it's been a couple of weeks since I've posted any video. So how you guys doing? I was just caught up with some work, and then last week I was like sick. I just recovered a day back, I think. Nothing spectacular like your COVID, but just your regular run-of-the-mill cold. But yeah, I'm feeling much better now, and well, since I was sick for a couple of weeks, I didn't really ride all that much. I barely even rode anywhere near my house, so I thought it'll be a good time to talk about bike maintaining etiquettes, or not etiquettes per se. How can you maintain your bike? Now basically there are a few things you should be doing on a regular basis, but this video is going to be more focused about what my routine was during the lockdown. And for many of us, it's all regular right now. They're riding to work, they're driving to work, but for me and for many of us, still the routine is not set, that you're riding to work regularly, so your bike gets that kind of job. All right, so step number one. Now this is a weird one. This could very well be a complete hoax, but I just follow it because I follow it. Whenever I like, for right now the lockdown tha, so fortunately it worked out because I didn't have enough fuel. But in general, if you don't ride too much or your bike sitting too much, I like to not fuel up my bike and keep it sitting there. Honestly, fuel, it depends on the quality of the fuel. If the fuel is not good, then it might cause problems, but if the fuel is like of good quality, there might not be as many issues. But that's just something I follow as a general rule. I do not fill in too much of the fuel in the bike, so I'll fill limited quantities, and when I'm going for a huge ride the day before, that's when I will fuel up. So tomorrow I might be going on a long ride, so I'm gonna fuel up, and well, still not gonna put too much because it's not a really long ride. Chota 500 ka bharwa lenge. So that's step number one. I know maybe it doesn't make too much sense, but that is something that I sort of do. Alright, so that concludes our step number one, is fuel up, but conservatively. So the second step in the process is something which is ignored by people also who ride regularly, but that affects the ride quality, also the life of the hardware, that is your tires, and also the overall performance of the bike and the mileage of the bike. And that is, well, you guessed it, it is airing up. I don't know what's the verb for it, but hawa bharwa lo yaar. And make sure that you fill it regularly, or at least check regularly. If you have some sort of a digital pump, that will be amazing. Usually I require an extender, but let's see यहाँ पे extender लगता है कि नहीं. I'll talk about the extender later. हवा भरनी यार सिर्फ एक सेकेंड. आगे 27, पीछे 34. मेन स्टैंड पे खड़ी करता हूँ. हाँ नहीं, कितना आगे 30 है? क्या बात कर रहा है? देखना फिर से जरा. इतना तो मेरा भरवाया नहीं था. मेरे पास ही भराए थे ना. हाँ, मैं 27 से ऊपर में भरवाता नहीं आगे के टायर में. वो बढ़ कैसे सकता है? तुम्हारा मीटर सही है? रनिंग रहेगा तो बढ़ जाएगा. क्या पीछे का देखो, पीछे का कितना है? 27 करो, उसको थोड़ा सा कम करो. वही बोल रहा हूँ, क्या होता है? पीछे का कितना है? 34 चाहिए. ये मैंने पहली बार सुना. खड़े खड़े बढ़ रही है. कितना है?
कितना 34 ना
34
35 करूँ क्या?
हाँ 35 पे रख दे चल। अजीब ही है। Okay, this is the first time something so weird is happening to me, and well, I am sincerely surprised. जितनी मैंने हवा भरवाई थी उससे ज़्यादा हवा अभी निकली है. How is that possible? I always make sure कि the air is perfect, and in I think about 2-3 weeks, नहीं 3 weeks भी नहीं यार, 1 महीना हो गया. In about a month's time, the air has increased. So I have no idea what that phenomena is, and I'm going to research on it, and I hope well, it's a legit phenomena. Otherwise ये aliens का काम है. Anyways, let me quickly find some place on the left and show you step number 3. Thank you for jumping right here with me. This is a nice cozy little spot I have here. Nobody's gonna disturb us, and let me show you the step 3. But before I do that, let me talk about something I sometimes use when I fill in air in my tires. This particular time I didn't have to use it because the guy had the nozzle to fill in the fuel was flexible enough. But sometimes when you have sort of spoked wheels like I do, and what happens is it's very difficult for some fatter or old school air pumps to reach this particular valve. So in that particular case, this thing comes in real handy. It's a L-shaped or a 90-degree extender, and what it basically does is there's a cap here, and all you have to do is put this in, screw it in nice and good, okay? And essentially what this does is it will give you access to, okay, it'll start removing the air immediately, so be very careful to do that ASAP. But yeah, you screw this in and then it gives you access to that valve. It's sort of an extension, so you can easily fill in the air. Okay, so I'm gonna put this back and quickly jump into step 3 of the maintenance part, the cleaning and the lubing of the chain. Unfortunately, I still have Motul. I placed an order for Puto lines, but it never got delivered, so I don't know what happened. But yeah, okay, anyway, so let me just quickly go ahead and show you how I go about cleaning and lubing my chair. First, cleaning and lubing my bike. So the first thing you need to understand is you don't have to do it all that often. You do it like once in 200-300 kilometers. It should be fine. But if your bike is sitting idle, what happens is the lube on the chain, it gathers gunk if your bike is especially not covered. So in that case, I would recommend cleaning and lubing a little more often. So it's a very simple process. You need to have this brush. This comes in very handy, and you need to have an access point. So right now our access point is right here because I can see the chain very clearly. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to be putting the chain cleaner right here. Okay, and when you know it's almost covered all the parts, so just go ahead and use this brush. Just keep it here, move it underneath a little bit. Don't be too adventurous with this. Try to keep it in a still position and just let the brush do its job. It will clean it up. Okay, so now that we are done cleaning, the next step is going to wait. Put the bike back in neutral, shut off the engine, wait and let the chain cleaner do its magic. What you will see is all the gunk dripping down slowly. So if you can see, there is a lot of collection there, so it's still dripping. Give it a few minutes and we'll be right back. Alright, now that it has sufficiently dried out, what we're next going to use is the chain lube. And all you have to do is follow the same process as before. Just make sure it covers all the areas. Don't overdo it. Just apply a little bit and let the chain rolling for a few minutes. So what happens is it gets evenly distributed. And although, like I said, I'm using right now Motul products, I do not recommend it. Maybe the chain cleaner, but not the chain loop, definitely. So that sums up step number 3, and let's go back to my parking space and I'll show you step number 4, which is the final step. Okay, and again, these steps are primarily for people who do not ride their bike that often. These minor 4 steps of maintenance is gonna help a lot in the overall life of your bike. And you know, when after a month or so you decide to just pick up your bike and go ride, it won't give you as many problems. Alright, so for the 4th and the final step, and this could be one of the most important steps if you don't have an indoors bike parking like I don't. In order to stop from all the gunk getting into your chain and from all the dirt into your bike, use a bike cover. It takes under 30 seconds. You just put it on and your bike is safe from a lot of elemental objects. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. So I had to just pause there for a second. If that guy would have followed my steps, he would not be in trouble. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is yeah, cover your bike. And one very important thing that you should note, if you're coming from a long ride, just make sure your bike cools off before you go ahead and put the cover on, because heat is gonna do more damage. Now what I'm gonna do is, since my bike was fairly hot, I'm gonna pull the covers from right here, let it cool off. It's not that hot. And then when I'm back, see what the heat does. So the plastic has melted for 5 seconds. So I'm gonna go ahead and let it cool off, and then when I'm going out next time, I'll just go ahead and pull this back in. Alright, so that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you don't, then it's fine, you can dislike. But if you did, if you learned something, comment, like, whatever you would like to do. Thank you and have a nice day.